everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 15th of Jan 2024. And guys, last week on the 10th of January, for the very first time in history, spot Bitcoin ETF was approved. But unfortunately guys, ever since the approval, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market has actually gone down. So in today's episode, we'll definitely touch base on that. Now look guys, spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved, but the massive news that is circulating right now is that of Ethereum ETF. And there is news circulating right now that Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, he's actually supporting the idea of Ethereum ETF. So what happened guys is he had a really tiny interview with CNBC, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. And what he did actually state is that Bitcoin ETF approval are stepping stone towards tokenization. Now look guys, because of this news, I'm pretty much sure over LinkedIn, I'm going to be seeing tokenization experts overnight. So definitely keep an eye on trends circulating right now regarding tokenization. But that thing being said guys, there is a very high possibility set right now for a possible Ethereum ETF. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now look guys, if you're into the world of cryptocurrencies, I'm pretty much sure you know what happened to the whole GameStop drama, isn't it? And since the last few years, to be honest guys, GameStop has definitely been massive advocates of cryptocurrencies and even NFTs. But surprisingly now what they're deciding is to go ahead and shut down the NFT marketplace. Definitely a massive blow for the cryptocurrency industry as well as for the NFT marketplace as well. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. And guys, listen, I've always said this when it comes to India. India has had massive hate relationship with cryptocurrencies. And we have some update, and that is more to do with Google Store in India. And the Google Play Store in India has decided to block Binance and even OKX. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now look guys, a few weeks ago in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I actually talked about a report which is published that talks about Indian businesses and even cryptocurrency enthusiasts moving to Dubai because of heavy restrictions in the cryptocurrency world in the country of India. So definitely unfortunate news. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. And finally guys, we have some massive news, and that is regarding CoinShares, and they are deciding to acquire Valkyrie funds, and that is only because of spot Bitcoin ETF approval news. And to be honest guys, this is really a massive news, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys, to be honest, for the very first time, I've seen a cryptocurrency exchange changing the language catered to people in the Middle East, and it is done by none other than a leading exchange, that is OKX. So the news essentially is that OKX has unveiled Arabic language website and apps for crypto trading and Web3. And it's needless to say that they are catering to Middle East clients, isn't it? So definitely positive news. And the second news guys has to do with artificial intelligence. And it is no surprise guys that this news is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the news essentially is that MIS obtains board approval to invest in artificial intelligence. And looks like they're investing quite a lot of money into artificial intelligence. So let's go ahead and explore that news. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. So let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. They'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called The Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in.
So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now unfortunately guys, ever since the announcement of a spot Bitcoin product ETF approval is made, the global cryptocurrency market and even the price of Bitcoin and market cap of Bitcoin has fallen down miserably. I very specifically remember guys, the market cap of Bitcoin back then was at $913 billion, and I was hoping that after the news, the market cap of Bitcoin alone crosses the $1 trillion mark. Unfortunately guys, the market cap of Bitcoin has gone down by almost $100 billion. So whenever there is this massive news guys, there's so much hype built around that, and what happens is a lot of whales, they tend to manipulate the market and they go out and dump all of the cryptocurrency and tokens as well as Bitcoin as well as it. Now if you look at the global cryptocurrency market guys, as of today 15th of January, it is at $1.65 trillion. Now listen guys, the numbers today are ridiculously low, but you also need to factor into consideration that I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai on the 15th of Jan, and technically it is still Sunday in Western countries, so as long as you're aware of that, these numbers should make a lot of sense. Now the global cryptocurrency market as of today is at $1.65 trillion, and since the last 24 hours guys, it is actually down by 2.33%. The total cryptocurrency market volume over the last 24 hours is down to $48.84 billion, and since the last 24 hours guys, the global cryptocurrency market has gone down by 51.82%. Now just few days before the Bitcoin spot ETF approval news, the total cryptocurrency market volume was hovering between the $80 to $100 billion mark, isn't it? Unfortunately, the numbers have gone down. To be honest guys, I wouldn't be surprised once the trading of these ETF shares begin. The volume might actually pick up pace, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Now if you look at the total volume in DeFi guys, as of today 15th of January, it is at $50.7 billion, and DeFi is accounting for 10.38% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value locked, it is still about the $50 billion mark at $55.91 billion, and Lido is still dominating with $23.30 billion. And if you look at the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance guys, it is at 15.58%. Now let me very quickly run through the 24-hour trading volume, and to be honest guys, this number for a Sunday or early hours on Monday is definitely quite good, to be honest. So it looks like in the last 24 to 48 hours, a lot of activity in terms of trading is actually taking place on decentralized exchange. Because what happens guys, the volume in decentralized exchange, particularly on the weekend, drastically goes down. But today for a weekend, the numbers are definitely looking good, and the volume of Uniswap is at $1.16 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 2nd with $436.13 million. Torchain is at number 3rd with $247.65 million, and Radium guys is at $229.39 million. And what I'm going to be doing today guys is, before we look at the king of all kings, that is the price of Bitcoin, I'll go ahead and explain what is Radium, who are the founders of Radium, and what is its consensus protocol, and quite a lot of other things. Now Core Finance is at number 5th, and its 24-hour trading volume is $201.49 million. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, because as of today guys, the volume is $42.49 billion. Now this number might look low, but for a weekend, to be honest, this number is definitely good. And stablecoins guys, as of today, is accounting for 86.98% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $42.49 million, it's needless to say that Tether USDT is leading the pack, and its 24-hour trading volume is $31.91 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $3.41 billion, and finally Tron USD guys at $109 million. Now let's look at some more important metrics guys, and that is to do with the market cap of Bitcoin. And as I mentioned earlier guys, the market cap of Bitcoin has actually gone down by almost $100 billion, and that is after the approval news of the first spot Bitcoin ETP product, and as of today it is down to $828 billion. Now if you want my honest opinion guys, I have this very strong feeling that the market cap of Bitcoin might actually go down, and the answer is pretty simple. What these institutions are going to do is they would actually want the price of Bitcoin to go down so they can go out and purchase a lot of more Bitcoins, isn't it? So I wouldn't be surprised in the next coming days if we do see some negative news, particularly in the world of Bitcoin. And once they go out and acquire these Bitcoins, I'm pretty much sure these institutional investors will try to bump up the demand for Bitcoin as well. These are just my honest thoughts, to be honest. Now the market cap of Ethereum guys, that has also gone down, and as of today it is at $300 billion. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, to be honest, not a lot of purchases has been going on, particularly for Bitcoin or even Ethereum. And if you look at Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume, guys, it is only at $18.1 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $9.6 billion. Just few days before Bitcoin spot ETF approval news, guys, the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin did actually pump up to $50 billion. So for some odd reason, despite the prices going down, not many people are purchasing Bitcoin. And guys, to be honest, one of the most shocking metrics is that the dominance of Bitcoin has also gone down, whereas the dominance of Ethereum has actually pumped up. So it looks like a lot of purchasing is actually taking place in Ethereum. And does this give us an indication that in the next coming months, probably around May or so, Ethereum spot ETF will be approved as well? That's what the number says. And when we kick off today's episode, guys, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what BlackRock actually intends to do with Ethereum spot ETF. Now, if you look at Ethereum's dominance, guys, as of today, it has actually pumped up to 18.08%, whereas Bitcoin's dominance has actually gone down to 49.70%. Just few days ago, guys, that is before the 10th, the dominance of Ethereum did actually pump up to 53%. So from 53% to 49.70%, that is a drastic fall, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, by February or March, we might be seeing quite a lot of news regarding Ethereum. And I'm pretty much sure we're going to be seeing experts overnight on LinkedIn who are going to be boasting some of the features of Ethereum and mostly to do with tokenization as well. Now guys, let's quickly run through some metrics, and that is to do with NFT market shares. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be reading out the top 5 NFT marketplaces, keeping in mind the market share, and Blur is at number 1. And if you look at the market share, they account for 55.91%. So it looks like a lot of trading is actually going on Blur, isn't it? The second one, guys, is also Blur, but it is Blur Aggregator. And in terms of percentage, they account for 24.09%. OpenSea, guys, is at number 3rd at 11.76%. CryptoPunks is at number 4th at 3.56%. Look at the difference, guys, between the second and the fourth one. The second one accounts for 24.09%. The fourth one, which is CryptoPunks, is down to 3.56%. That's an absolutely big margin, isn't it? And the fifth one, guys, is X2Y2, and that accounts for only 1.92%. So it looks like, guys, the top 2 marketplaces, that is Blur and Blur Aggregator, account for almost 80% of NFT marketplaces in it. This definitely does not seem to be right. And later on, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss some unfortunate news that is to do with GameStop and why they have gone ahead and decided to shut down NFT marketplaces. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let me run through a protocol called as Radium, because whenever I read decentralized exchanges, guys, they've often been in the top 5, isn't it? So let me go ahead and quickly explain what is Radium and why is Radium different. So Radium, guys, is an automated market maker, and they are built on the Solana blockchain, and what they do is they leverage a central limit order book to enable lightning fast trades, shared liquidity, and new features on earning yield. Now, what is it that makes Radium different, guys? Now, what happens is on other AMM decentralized exchanges and DeFi protocols, they are only able to access liquidity within their own pools, and they do not have any access to central order book. Additionally, guys, many platforms run on other blockchains such as Ethereum, where transactions are slow and gas fees are relatively higher. Now, what Radium does is, Radium offers a few key advantages. That is, they are faster and cheaper. They have a central order book for ecosystem-wide liquidity, and guys, also the trading interface. So let me go ahead and briefly explain what these points are. Because when you talk about speed and cost, guys, Radium leverages the efficiency of Solana blockchain to achieve transactions magnitudes faster than Ethereum, and even gas fees, which are a fraction of the cost. And so far as the order book is concerned, Radium provides on-chain liquidity to a central limit order book, meaning that Radium allows access to third-party order flow and liquidity on the order book. And so far as the trading interface is concerned, guys, for traders who want to be able to view trading view charts, set limit orders, and have more control over their trading, Radium definitely offers this service. And Radium Swap feature, guys, allows 2 tokens to be exchanged quickly within liquidity pool, while the decentralized exchange user interface also allows for more advanced trading features such as limit orders. And to be honest, guys, these makes for better trading experience for users. Now let me very quickly share what else can you do on Radium. And there are 3 things that I'd like to talk about, that is trade and swap, earn trading fees, and earn rate tokens. Now so far as trade and swap is concerned, you can quickly exchange one cryptocurrency for another using Radium swap features, and it's essentially like trading one digital coin for another. And regarding trading fees, by contributing your cryptocurrency to liquidity pools on Radium, you can actually earn shares on the fees generated when people trade in those pools. So definitely beneficial, isn't it? And finally, guys, regarding RAID tokens, there are various ways you can earn RAID tokens, which is the native token of Radium. And you can do that by participating in activities like farm liquidity pools and stakings. And they're working on different ways where you can still earn RAID tokens as well. And apart from these features, guys, you can also power your own project with Radium. And let's say if you're working on a digital project or have cryptocurrency related ideas, Radium offers tools and features to integrate and enhance your project. So essentially, in summary, guys, Radium is like a fast and cost-effective marketplace for digital assets, providing users with advanced features and opportunities to earn rewards, and it is one of the reasons why it is in the top 5 so far as decentralized exchange is concerned. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings. And surprisingly, guys, the price of Bitcoin has actually gone down, and as of today, it is at $42,084. I very specifically remember, guys, around the 10th of Jan, the price of Bitcoin was hovering around the $46,000 mark, isn't it? And people were anticipating that if one spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, the price would actually pump up to $70,000. I did actually read a post on LinkedIn which actually confirmed that the price of Bitcoin will actually cross $80,000 mark the moment spot Bitcoin ETF approval is announced. But look, guys, right now it is almost half of the prediction, isn't it? And that is what I say when it comes to price predictions, be it Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. All price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, the price of Bitcoin is down by 1.51%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.97%. Now, if you want my honest opinion, guys, what I really think, a lot of the financial institutions and giant, they do actually want the price of Bitcoin to actually go down. And the answer is pretty simple. They want to go ahead and acquire Bitcoin at a lower price. And once the trading actually kicks in, the price of Bitcoin would actually go up. And that is potentially how they would make a lot of profit, isn't it? Those are my honest thoughts. Now look, guys, ever since the announcement was made, a lot of Bitcoin maximalists were definitely happy about it. But listen, I've said this so many times, guys. When you talk about Bitcoin, when you talk about open source and innovation, when you talk about freedom of speech, left-leaning ideologies and left-leaning politicians are definitely not happy about it. And Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's a Democrat by the way, has severely criticized the US Securities and Exchange Commission for approving Bitcoin ETFs, and she's actually stating that the United Securities and Exchange Commission is wrong on the law and wrong on the policy as well. And Senator Elizabeth Warren took the opportunity to emphasize the need for crypto to follow anti-money laundering rules, and her comments, guys, did actually come after SEC's landmark decision to go ahead and approve 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, which generated over $4 billion in volume on the first day of trading. Now, to be honest, guys, I was completely shocked that Gary Gensler did go ahead and approve the spot Bitcoin ETF. But look, knowing the notorious power of BlackRock, I did have the feeling that he would go ahead and approve it. And later on, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss what is it that BlackRock intends to do and what are the honest thoughts about Bitcoin as well. But before that, guys, let me just very quickly run through the price of Ethereum, because the price of Ethereum has gone down as well. It is at $2,487. But look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised. Around February or March, we might see quite a lot of news regarding Ethereum and tokenization, and the price of Ethereum might actually pump up, maybe even cross the $4,000 mark. But listen, guys, my price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time. Now, since the last 24 hours, the price of Ethereum or ETH is actually down by 3.12%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 12.48%, and looks like a lot of the institutions now are heading towards Ethereum, and I wouldn't be surprised around May we might get an Ethereum ETF approved as well. Now, so far as Binance BNB is concerned, guys, the price of Binance BNB is $301. Since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.29%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 0.19%. And later on, guys, we'll discuss some unfortunate news regarding Binance, which has to do with Google Store in India. But before that, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding BlackRock. And BlackRock CEO Larry Fink does actually support the idea of an Ethereum spot ETF next. And he had an interview with CNBC, guys, and Larry Fink does actually see value in Ethereum ETF as a key step towards wider tokenization trends in finance. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go ahead and watch the entire video. And to be honest, guys, it is only roughly around 7 minutes or so. Now, what he said, guys, was really surprising. He does not treat Bitcoin as a currency. What he does actually state is that Bitcoin is an asset. And what he said is something really unique. What he did actually state, keeping in mind the geopolitical chaos, is that Bitcoin is an asset that protects human and that protects you.
This, to be honest, was a really powerful statement. And this is the power of cryptography. And this is the power of SHA-256, that is secure hashing algorithm, isn't it? So it looks like Satoshi Nakamoto's works are definitely turning out to be fruitful. And to be honest, guys, his endorsements reflects confidence in the ongoing shift towards digital assets and blockchain technology. Now, in the interview, guys, he did actually state that Bitcoin ETF approvals are a stepping stone towards tokenization. Now, listen, guys, because of this statement, I wouldn't be surprised in, let's say, February or March, we might be seeing quite a lot of news regarding tokenization. Now, before the NFT hype, guys, if you were to look at STO, that is security token offerings, that was definitely gaining a lot of momentum, but NFT definitely overtook that news. Now, if you're relatively new in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, what I'd really recommend you to do is keep an eye on security token offerings, and it'll give you an idea on what security token offerings are. One of the first projects that did go out and launch a security token offering was Leo Token, and the ticker symbol is LEO, and the project is called as Unis SED LEO Token. So try to understand what that project was and why they went ahead and did that. But look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised in the next coming months, next coming years, tokenization might just be the new thing. And guys, in the interview, they did actually ask, what does he think of Ethereum ETF next? And to be honest, guys, Larry Fink did give some very strong indication, and he does support the idea of Ethereum exchange-traded funds shortly. And I wouldn't be surprised around May is when the first Ethereum spot ETF will be approved. Because look, guys, once a Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, I don't see any reasoning as to why an Ethereum spot ETF will not be approved. So according to me, guys, 99.99% chances are there that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved as well. Now, guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news, and that is to do with NFT marketplaces in the world of GameStop. And GameStop, guys, the gaming retailer, has issued a warning to its users about the upcoming discontinuation of its NFT marketplace next month, and they are citing regulatory uncertainty. And in a statement posted on the GameStop website, users were informed that they have slightly over 2 weeks left to utilize the NFT platform. And guys, if you go to the website, that is nft.gamestop.com, it does give you a pop-up which states, effective February 2nd, 2024, customers will no longer be able to buy, sell or create NFTs, and your NFTs are on the blockchain and will remain accessible and saleable through other platforms. Definitely unfortunate news, guys. And guys, despite the decision to reduce its involvement with cryptocurrencies, GameStop has actually assured NFT holders that this move will not have any adverse effects on their NFTs. So if you have your NFTs, guys, definitely unfortunate news, but the good thing is you can still go ahead and sell it through other platforms. Now, what is not good news is all the way from India, guys, and Google Play Store in India has taken down Binance and other cryptocurrency exchange apps as well. And this action, guys, mirrors a similar move which was made by Apple Store in India back in December of 2023. And to be honest, guys, this is because of a response to non-compliance notice that they received from the government. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that Binance applications and websites are currently still available and working for existing users. But what happened, guys, towards the end of last year, on the 28th of December 2023, to be honest, the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Indian Ministry of Finance issued a notice to Binance, Huobi, Kraken, Gate.io, KuCoin, Bitstamp, MEXS Global, Bittrex, and Bitfinex, and they were actually alleging illegal operations within India. So definitely unfortunate news. And look, guys, when you talk about India, unfortunately, they are not massive advocates of cryptocurrencies, but they are massive advocates of central bank digital currency. So it looks like India is the only country which is taking 10 steps behind, while other countries are taking 10 steps ahead. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of India is in the cryptocurrency world. Now, guys, let's discuss some news, and that is to do with acquisition. And CoinShares, guys, a digital asset manager, is acquiring Valkyrie Funds, which is a US investment advisory business specializing in actively managed cryptocurrency ETFs. And this decision of CoinShares, guys, acquiring Valkyrie Funds follows SEC's approval for Valkyrie's Bitcoin ETF. And CoinShares, guys, aims to expand its digital asset offerings in the US, capitalizing on positive regulatory development. And the acquisition is expected to increase CoinShares' assets under management by approximately $110 million, adding to its current $4.5 billion assets under management. Now look, guys, the head of research, that is James Butterfly, he is definitely a massive advocate of Bitcoin. And last year, guys, I did have an interview with him where we actually discussed the possibility of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval. I went ahead and asked him, Where does he get his data for research, and quite a lot of other as well. So definitely feel free to go ahead and check that out. Now regarding this news, guys, the exercise of this option signifies a pivotal step in the acquisition process, clearly demonstrating CoinShares' commitment to acquiring Valkyrie funds. And once this acquisition is finished, this would lead to direct integration of Valkyrie's funds and operations into CoinShares Group. Now the acquisition for now is pending, and they are waiting for completion of satisfactory due diligence and finalization of necessary legal agreements and final company board approval. And Valkyrie Funds, guys, is maintaining its operational independence until the acquisition is fully executed and finalized. And guys, if you go through the show notes below, you will find the official link via CoinShares, and both the CEO of CoinShares and Valkyrie, they are definitely quite positive about this news. So those were some macro level news, guys, from the cryptocurrency world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, to be honest, for the very first time, has to do with Arabic language. And OKX Exchange, which is one of the leading exchange, they have actually launched an Arabic language website and app, and the platform caters to both crypto trading and Web3 services in Arabic language. And this initiative aims to make digital assets and Web3 technologies more accessible to Arabic-speaking audiences. And OKX, guys, is dedicated to addressing unique market needs and providing a user-friendly experience for Arabic-speaking users. And the launch, guys, underscores OKX's commitment to promoting wider adoption of digital assets and Web3 services on a digital scale. And OKX MENA's general manager, that is Rafad Mahasne, emphasizes the customer focus and growth commitment behind the Arabic platform. And to be honest, guys, the introduction of the Arabic platform aims to empower more individuals to seamlessly participate in the evolving digital economy, isn't it? And the OKX's global platform now supports a total of 22 languages, showcasing its extensive global reach. And the addition of Arabic language aligns with OKX's mission to facilitate the inclusion of diverse audiences in the digital economy. And the Arabic language website and app enhances accessibility and inclusivity for Arabic-speaking users, and OKX emphasizes a smooth and user-friendly experience for crypto trading and engagement with Web3 services. And the company's global platform reflects its dedication to customer service and market expansion. And guys, OKX's MENA general manager sees the introduction of the Arabic platform as a strategic move to support growth, and OKX's commitment to providing services in multi-languages underscores its global perspective. And the launch of the Arabic platform represents a significant step in the evolution of OKX's digital asset offerings. And guys, OKX's mission includes ensuring that individuals worldwide can easily participate in the benefits of the digital economy. And OKX, guys, emphasizes the empowerment of users through the availability of its exchange and Web3 platforms in Arabic. And the multi-language approach by OKX highlights the company's adaptability and responsiveness to diverse market demands. So definitely positive news. And look, guys, this whole notion, think globally, act locally, does seem to be relevant now. And it's really important to note, guys, we're moving from globalization to deglobalization. And this move by OKX, guys, catering to local language, definitely is a positive news. Now, guys, let's discuss some news all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the news is that MIS obtains board approval to invest in artificial intelligence. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about. And this move is actually published by Xavier.com, and Al-Momar Information System Company, also called as MIS, has obtained board approval to invest in the AI industry. And MIS, guys, plans to allocate $10.6 million to establish an investment portfolio focusing on AI opportunities. And the investment aims to capitalize the growth within the AI sector. And the board's decision allows MIS to invest in international companies operating in the AI field. And the investment portfolio establishment involves allocating 40 million Saudi riyals for this purpose. And in November of 2023, MIS secured 34.08 Saudi riyal contract with the Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority, also called as SDAIA. And guys, during the first 9 months of 2023 alone, MIS recorded 42.70% year-on-year decrease in net profits after zakat and tax, amounting to 26.66 million Saudi riyals. And this decline contrasted 46.53 million riyal net profits in the same period of the previous year. And revenue for the first 9 months of 2023, guys, surged by 145.87% to 1.7 billion Saudi riyals compared to 476.43 million Saudi riyals in 9 months of 2022. And despite the revenue increase, guys, the revenue per share, also called as EPS, dropped from 1.55 riyals to 0.89 riyals. And MRS's decision, guys, to invest in artificial intelligence reflects a strategic move to tap into expanding opportunities in the technology sector. And the 40 million Saudi Riyal investment allocation underlines MRS's commitment to establishing a robust AI-focused portfolio, isn't it? So definitely positive news. And the contract, guys, with SDAIA in November 2023 likely contributed to MRS's strategic focus on the AI field, and the decline in net profit suggests that potential challenges or adjustments in MRS's financial performance during 9 months in 2023. But the substantial growth in revenue indicates positive momentum and increased business activities for MIS, and despite lower net profit, MIS move to invest in AI aligns with industry trends and technological advancements, and the board's approval signals confidence in MIS's ability to navigate and benefit from the AI market. And the EPS decrease, guys, may be attributed to various factors, including increased investments and potential adjustments in the company's financial strategy, isn't it? So definitely positive news, and I hope nothing but the best for them. So those were the news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Daryl who asks, will the Fed's decision cutting interest rate hike impact the price of Bitcoin? Now, to be honest, that is a brilliant question. Now, so far as the FOMC meeting is out, Daryl, I'm pretty much sure that is going to happen towards the end of the month. And to be precise, that is going to take place on the 31st of this month. So definitely a brilliant question. Now, if Jerome Powell does decide to go ahead and reduce the interest rate hike, what I do feel is that would be actually positive sentiment in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But let's say if the Federal Reserve Board Chair Jerome Powell does decide to go ahead and increase the interest rate hike, I'm pretty much sure that will negatively impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? Now, what Jerome Powell does is he tends to look at CPI numbers, and if I'm not mistaken, the CPI numbers and the Fed decision coincidentally took place in December on the very same date. And to be honest, the numbers did look great, and that is one of the reasons why he decided not to do anything regarding the interest rate hike. Now, really, I'm not sure what the numbers are looking right now. So what I'd really recommend our listeners to do is, in order to find out how Chair Jerome Powell makes the decision, look at the CPI numbers. And the CPI numbers are actually found on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, that is www.bls.gov. And if you actually go through that, that tells us what the inflations are. And to be honest, Daryl, really am not sure what the inflation numbers are. So what I'd really recommend you to do is look at the CPI numbers when it's going to be released. And based on that, to be honest, the US Federal Chair Jerome Powell is going to go ahead and make a decision whether he should go ahead and increase it or whether he should go ahead and reduce it. Now, because of the geopolitical chaos going right now and because of US elections taking place in 2024, I'm pretty much sure those are factors which will be taken into consideration so far as the inflation numbers are concerned. Now, what people don't understand is the Federal Reserve Board does not actually look into political factors, and he does go ahead and make his own decision. Now, keeping all these things in mind, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go ahead and increase the interest rate hike. But before that, we need to look at the CPI numbers, and that will give us a better understanding of what the numbers are. Because look, right now there is massive chaos going on in the world, and there are also conversation about US and UK attacking Yemen as well, isn't it? Now, keeping all these factors, what kind of an impact does it have on inflation? Now, since the last 3 weeks, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the inflation has actually gone up. And if it has actually gone up, I'm pretty much sure Jerome Powell will actually go ahead and increase the interest rate hike, and that would negatively have an impact on the price of Bitcoin, which would mean the price of Bitcoin would actually go down. Those are my honest thoughts. But to be honest, Daryl, I'm really curious to check what these numbers actually reflect on the second and third quarter. It's going to be absolutely wild, keeping in mind we have the US elections. So definitely a really excellent question. And to be honest, I definitely need to look at these numbers in detail as well. But definitely an excellent question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.